so dumb. We don't have Jeff here to make fun of it though. That's
It just really sounds like we were on the local TV station out of like somebody's
Public
basement.
access. We're on the
Wayne's
public
World.
access. That's where we are.
maybe they'll let us do regular music one day, but anyway, shut that off. Hello, everybody. I love that there's no fade out unless I manually turn the volume down. Hello for those who love minifigs and for those who love mini dolls. We'll say that to you. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Messy Monday. And we're just hanging out. We are talking about Brick World Chicago. Show of hands. Who in the room is going to Brick World Chicago? Oh, I'm going. He's going. So 5 of us are in the room right now going and everything. So as of today, I'm going. Mark and I signed up to go. So
Woohoo!
And I'd just like to point out that it took one of them to become two of them to get them to go together. Pointing that out.
Well, that way, when we call them by the wrong name, at least they're both in the same room, probably beside each other, right?
But
Yes.
wait,
Yeah.
there's more to this story or there's a segue to the story that I think is funny. So my wife just casually asked me yesterday, she's like, were you invited to a picnic yesterday? And I'm like, Saturday? And I'm like, no, I don't think. She's like, something at Mark's house? I'm like, oh, you mean on Friday night? Yeah, they had kind of a thing. She's like, well, why didn't you go? I'm like, well, it's Friday night, traffic, got, stuff. And she's like, oh, is that his brother that was there? Because they look a lot alike. I'm like, that would be Chris. They get that from time to time.
She liked the Facebook picture that I shared that was a screen cap of the Instagram picture. So that's how she knew.
Yes. All that entails. But no, she probably saw the picture that Mark posted on his wall too, because she's friends with Mark too. So it could be either way. But it was just classic. I'm like, she's confusing Chris and Mark, and that's just classic.
Wait. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. She should know what I look like, I guess.
Well, no, she knows what you look like, and she knows, but it was just comical.
All middle-aged white guys look the same, don't you know?
That's true.
It's true.
Well,
Yeah,
the
you
funny
can't tell
thing
any
is
of us before, right?
Mark's hair is turning the same color top and bottom. I'm going gray up here, but this is not. And so I'm going to be white-headed and with a black beard, and it's going to be weird.
So they can still do that carpet matches the drapes joke until you're like 100.
And your pirate name will be Blackhead or something. I don't know.
It had to be Una something, but I don't. Anyways,
Yet I'm older and shave and look like I'm in my teens or something. It's kind of crazy.
That can happen. Hey, you can ask your Brick World question again because we have
oh! Of all the people here, who's going to Brick World Chicago? Raise your hand.
Yeah, keep rubbing it in.
I would point out that none of us were going to Chicago until somebody signed up and started this ball rolling downhill. I'm just going to say.
I'm offended by that remark, but are you talking about you?
I think that might have been me.
Yeah, I think
No.
Dana kind of
I signed
started.
up first, and you
All right,
signed up later.
I signed up
that
a day later. You're right. I did. All right.
Later the same day.
Yeah, but we've all seen you, Matt. I haven't met Dana, so when Dana said,
I do
wanted
not
to
know
go-
who this person is, but that's the greatest name I've ever heard.
That is a fantastic. That is, yeah. You know who that is. That's the guy that plays Doctor Strange.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I got it. Bunny Toes Cabbage Patch. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Lindy back slapty bum.
We've been watching. We've been watching the Severance limited series, and I shared today. I was like, I totally want a waffle party Severance style, and somebody was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "You need to watch it."
Is Severance like a sequel to Deliverance? It sounds, I don't know.
Severance is like if you took an episode of Black Mirror and you stretched it out to 8 episodes.
Okay. I haven't seen Black Mirror either, so I don't know.
What?
Well, it's kind of like
you call
watching an
yourself
episode
a
of The
fan of
Outer
science
Limits.
fiction and you have not seen any Black Mirror?
I haven't.
I mean, San Bernardino is probably like one of the best pieces of television been on in decades. You should really watch at least that episode.
I haven't watched it. I'm sorry.
Well, what about-
Welcome, folks, to our chat. Gary Mullane beat us all here, which is awesome. And then following from the Garden State, Andrew Sada is here. Titanium J, who will be at Brick World Chicago. Snorkel Deep Waffle Smack, who is now my new best friend in the whole wide world. I'm not sure who you are, but I want to know. But that's amazing. Welcome, and you win today. Stever is here. Team J going, and Brian Panabaker are here. Others are here. So say hello and do the like and the subscribe and the bell and all those things and everything. It is a messy Monday, but it's a happy Monday because if you haven't heard, I'm going to Brick Fair Chicago, and so is Mark.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm not. Although I need room in your U-Haul.
There is no Brick Fair Chicago, sir.
I mean, whatever.
Out of
Brick
luck.
World, brick thing, the brick whatever in Chicago. I can't. I don't know what.
I noticed that as soon as I mentioned that there was going to be a U-Haul involved, everybody's like, "Oh, maybe we can go."
That's how I made it to Alabama. Was somebody mentioned a U-Haul? So,
The magic of the big U.
There's our Canadian in the chat.
Canadian in the chat.
Does Nathan go to Brick World Chicago by any chance?
Probably not.
He's from
All right.
Montreal area, so he'd probably be a 15-hour drive, give or take.
Never
So I
mind.
don't know.
That's the whole thing. Canada's right up there with Chicago. I don't know anything else. It's just
Yeah,
right.
it's still
Anything up north is near Canada to me. So
it's still
They're
big.
practically neighbors.
Yeah,
are you
8 hours
saying
apart.
Vancouver and Montreal aren't next to each other? Like an hour drive?
I mean, right?
Yeah, we just get on the interstate like 500 miles per hour.
I mean, Canada's what, the fourth largest country in the world or the third? I don't remember.
Third.
Of course, everyone lives in the bottom 10% because the rest of it's just frozen tundra and polar bears. But
Well, it's we have red mud, clay, wet, gross stuff here, so it's kind of the same. I know. It's just the opposite. But anyway, I'm excited to go. We'll get more information. I have no idea what I'm going to take. I don't know what I'm. I guess we need to talk about that. What?
Yeah, because depending on what you take, it might be whether I take certain things or not. And so, as soon as I heard you say that you were coming, I'm like, oh shit.
Thank you. That is so the reaction I wanted. Oh crap, Giddens is going. Oh, speaking
looks
of
like it's going to be a
Here we go.
moon-based summer.
It might be.
now everybody. Who's
Could I
going
be-
to Brick World Chicago and wants Gil to go to Brick World Chicago? Raise your hand. There we go.
And wants me to throw him. Are you going? Are you going, Gil?
I need to see because I've got one work trip and I don't know what weekend it's on. It's either that one or the next one.
Can we
That's-
request that the Canadian Tourism Board come pay a visit to this particular convention?
Work trip.
You could be an
You're
official
advertising.
ambassador of the Canadian Tourism Board, and we would
It's-
allow you a spot where you could talk about why we should come visit Canada, and maybe you could write off the whole trip.
I mean, it is Brick World, not just Brick US.
That's true. It's like the World Series. Doesn't
And,
involve the world.
and I've heard a rumor that there are Canadians on Lego Masters this year. So we're all one.
Ew. Oh, talk about jumping the shark. It's jumping the moose.
But he just broke an NDA.
And Gil, for the record, I'm driving literally past your part of the world.
That's what I was saying to Mark today. I'm like, I can literally wave at,
Oh, yeah.
at Jeff on the way by.
And I won't
so-
put you in the trailer like Chris
about to
just
say,
did.
For
Yeah.
Facebook's reference, I will not suggest that you kidnap him, and I will not suggest you stuff him in a turret in the back of your truck and bring him here because that will get us banned. So
Uh-oh. They got somebody
So
kicked.
Yeah, well, he kicked himself. Nice.
yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. I was just testing to make sure I can get my food.
Actually, Jeff, when
Yeah.
when is it you're going to go? Like how long are you going for?
I'm debating leaving. Sorry, I was taking a picture of a part so I could get the number on it because
Mm.
some of these numbers are darn small.
No photos.
I'm leaving. I'm either leaving. I'll be there Wednesday afternoon, evening. So I'm
Mhm.
either going to leave Tuesday afternoon and like drive halfway and stay in like Michigan somewhere, or
Right.
do the full 10 hours from my place in one day.
Gotcha.
So I haven't decided that, but I plan to be there for Wednesday, and I
Gotcha.
have room in my room as well. If you
Well,
need
Michigan
some
is the
place
best American state, so you're wise to stay overnight there. I'm just saying.
So I have a spot. in my
Okay,
room
well,
as well,
thank you.
so-
There you go. You got a room. You got a ride.
Oh wait, I might not have a spot. I didn't promise it. No, I just realized it because Rick Brickham is coming too, and he was asking for it.
How many Canadians you gonna stuff in that room? I just want to know.
It's gonna be like a clown van by the time you get there.
No matter how many people are in it, it's going to be like a clown band by the time.
I will bring an inflatable air mattress that we could put you on in somebody's room.
I'm so glad you said mattress. I am so glad.
I don't know what
That's
that means.
because you're bringing the other inflatable.
Oh my gosh, we're being invaded by Canadians.
This is too many. This is too many. This what? Let's put a Canadian. Here we go. Let's put all the Canadians in one corner.
Leave Matt there because he plays hockey. So
I'm taking as many Canadians as I can.
Wait, here we go. So we have all the hockey fans right in the middle. There we go. All right.
No, you can take me right out of there. I don't belong.
I don't think Nathan's.
I was gonna say you could knock me down to the lower row.
All right. So wait. Speaking of
one of us here just won a hockey playoff victory last night, and we are in the winners bracket. And if we win a week from Tuesday, we are champions of the world.
I thought you said y'all were going to get blown out, though.
I expected us to lose. I don't know about blown out, but we did have a substitute goaltender because our regular goaltender could not make it.
Fix.
I'm not entirely sure we win that game on Sunday without the substitute goaltender. But hey, all's fair in love and hockey league, so it counts.
Anything you walk away from, there you go.
Wait, was this Mr. Burns kicking everybody off the softball team and bringing all the baseball players in?
Pretty much.
And then yelling at for
we are lower A team, and we were using a middle A player as a goaltender.
Nice.
Had to go up a level.
Bring the ringer in.
But the team that I expected us to lose to has a defenseman who is moving up not one level, not two levels, not three levels, but 4 levels after the season. So they have a ringer on their roster, and so I feel no shame at all.
So he's what, like a 22-year-old like AAA guy?
He's like 6'5", 24, never gets tired, rushes the puck up every freaking time. I single-handedly made it my goal.
What was that? What did you say?
It's like 6'5", 24 years old, rushes the puck.
Yeah. Watch that language there, pal. So we lost a viewer just then. So,
No, I think that was just because we were talking about hockey in general. It wasn't specifically what he said, though.
Hey, Vaughn.
Just like just substitute like ball with like puck with ball and like with blue line with like the 34th down line or whatever.
What are you doing in the morning? That's not funny.
The 34th down, yeah.
Yeah,
my favorite down.
Yeah, that's exactly how much I know about this WWE thing you call football.
You were obviously translating to metric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metric down.
Yeah.
Yes, when I had the camera last time and I was actually going to the ice rink and I forget who it was. I think it was Jeff BW said something like, "This is every Canadian parent's, like schlepping to the ice rink." And I said, "Yeah, but we live in the South where football is king, so this is like a cultish, exotic sport, being a hockey fan / English Premier League fan / rugby fan. Like none of those things are popular where I live. So it's very cool kids. We're sipping our lattes as we talk about our very niche sports here in the South."
There's a pretty robust hockey league here in Houston area. Our main Bricklink connection. He played every week. That's how I went and picked up my brick.
Is that right?
So yeah, he's actually in Dallas now, but
like I think about however many, like a decade ago when they started to have all the expansion teams, all the southern U.S. universities all came flying up here with their scouts to poach all of the OHL players and stuff like that. So they apparently, some of the southern college teams are like full of talent now, apparently, if you follow such things. Personally, that's sort of something I hear flipping back from Star Trek to, Transformers. So, yeah.
Well, I'm old enough to remember the Atlanta Flames here in back in the day that played NHL hockey. So
You are so old, sir.
I am old. I am old. I had a shirt. I had an Atlanta Chiefs soccer shirt and a Flannel Flame shirt when I was a kid. So
I just want to point out that Atlanta is the only city that I know of that had a professional sports team named after the destruction of that city. It was called the Flames in memorial to Sherman burning the city in the Civil War. That's literally why it's called the Atlanta Flames.
Well, there is also the Chicago.
Was
Flames.
called the Atlanta Flames.
I mean, it would be like if the Chicago was called the Mrs. O'Leary's or something.
But the Chicago soccer team is called the Chicago Flame.
Oh, is it? I did not know
Yes.
that.
well, that's okay. You know,
I thought it was the Blackhawks.
No,
Or
that's
did they
the
change
hockey team. I'm talking about the soccer team. Is
Oh,
called
the
Chicago
soccer
Flame.
Despite the name, Major League Soccer isn't really a major league sport in the United States. But
Ooh, ouch.
that's
harsh.
fired.
It's not here either.
well, the best team name was in the city of Macon down here, and they had a team called the Whoopies. So they were called the Macon Whoopies. So
And if you own a Macon Whoopie jersey, which featured the fig leaf, that thing is worth a fortune now because people want to collect it, and they only sold so many of them. And then they switched to the Macon Tracks, which was far less of an innuendo and far less popular as a collectible jersey. But that Macon Whoopie jersey, cha-ching, if you've got one in your closet.
that's right. That's right. All right. So we've talked sports and bored most of our clientele, however. So let's talk to our friend Nathan. It's been a little while since Nathan has been with us. So let's start with him. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm good. What's up in your world?
It's not a lot.
Good. Thank you for joining us. No,
yeah. No, I don't think I showed you guys this necessarily. So remember this guy, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know this, and I
Who is he?
modified the NACA duck there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's probably too big now. I kind of understand why they went with the design they did, but I still like the shape better to have the actual dual.
Nice.
And I was always more of a Testarossa guy myself, so I built one to match.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
awesome.
Nice.
There we go. I agree.
That's gorgeous. What'd you use
So
on the
bright.
side cuts there?
On the just grill
okay.
tiles. Yep.
I was
So-
thinking about using like a bracket panel. Or,
Okay.
Just a 1x2 panel.
Right. Yeah. I think I've seen that done on a bigger scale, like on a 14, 16 wide. This works pretty well at this scale, though. I'm particularly happy with the way these weird slopey pieces that are very challenging to use in regular, but they work so well here. It's like they were made to be the back of a Ferrari.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
and I got that little hood.
their
scoop
weird
in there.
transition from slope to brick. It kind of almost like
Yeah.
the opposite of what it should be, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it feels. Like it should have gone the other way or something.
What's great about that Testarossa, you can actually use the Ferrari windshield. It's not really good for anything else.
Yeah, I got the Ferrari. Well, I have the red, and
yeah,
also using the little 1x1. Or I guess that's stickers on that one. But I have so many. I have
one that on the side too. So.
Yeah, I have probably 7 or 8 like Ferrari sticker sheets of various kinds. So, yeah, lot of selection for Ferraris, and then the good old Manitoba license plate on the back with my name.
Because that's where they drive, most Ferraris.
Yep. Just see a driver out Winnipeg dropping the entire front end into a pothole.
With you've got a bumper sticker on the back that says my other vehicle's a tractor, though, right?
Right, something like that. Yeah.
It's a Thunder buggy.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about all I've got going on right now. So
That's a really tight little build. I don't think I really appreciate how tight knit and well done those cars are. That is not my skill set. So well done, sir. That's really
thank you. It was a lot of fun to build and get that. So just in general, we've all talked about this before, the level of detail and skill at the Lego Design Lab or whatever has just constantly gotten higher and higher. The bar is so high now that you can't just I don't know, put something quick out and hope to be able to fool people into thinking it's like special somehow. You got to really put a lot of effort into one up in the designers.
So that actually is something I thought about for a topic on a Thursday, or even now, is our Lego sets getting so good that you don't want to build something else? And is that even almost detrimental to the hobby in some way, especially for us who are builders instead of collectors? Are the sets just like, okay, I'm going to say, for example, the Lightyear set, I have some ups and downs with it, but I love it. Absolutely love it. And I will never take this apart. And I'm a guy who wants I'll buy another one for the freaking canopy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is so good, and with a stand, am I going to take this apart? No.
Yeah.
And then I hate myself for that. So, I mean, what do y'all think?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about building a Lightyear ship, and now that one's come out, and I'm like, I've got one on order. It won't be here for another week based on Lego shipping times. But I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, like, I've always thought about building an Optimus Prime, and now there's we haven't seen the pictures of it yet, but there's like going to be one at some point. So it's like, okay, I don't know. It's definitely you get the inspiration to build something that's pop culture, and then they do it, and it's like, okay, well, I forgot that, right? Like, Mark, how did you feel after they built Voltron?
I think in a lot of ways, though, it depends. Like, sort of. Yeah, the model looks good, but what can you do with it? It's kind of like the new space sets, right? Like, for the most part, like, I think I really like how they're built. But some of them, you can't do a lot with them. Like, you can modify them a little bit so you can do some more interesting things. But depends, I guess, why you're building. Are you just building it to look good and kind of like, be on a shelf, or are you looking at it as like a play value thing? I think the play value, it's more hit and miss, but with the looks of the thing, I think they're on game like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, to answer Jeff's question, it didn't really bother me that they made a Voltron set because it's a completely different scale. The one that I built is enormous and would be way too expensive to make a set out of. So, I mean, that's fine. Because the one that I built is basically minifig scale Voltron, and the one that they released is a, smaller shelf model kind of thing. It still looks really good. It's just it's a smaller scale.
I mean, I would say that it is intimidating. If somebody jumps into the Lego mock hobby now, and there's just some enormous and extremely well-designed sets, and you have to begin with the recognition that you're not going to start off at the graduate school level if you're building mocks. I mean, that was one of the things I've mentioned before about, as someone who grew up as classic space, I feel that making something that stands out in the space genre is very challenging because people have been building some pretty kick-ass spaceships for the last 20, 30 years. And it's a crowded ecosystem.
And I hate most of those guys. They're all
on this chat, or a lot of them are. And whereas when I build buildings, I feel like there's more room for doing something no one's ever done before. There's just also a ton of variety of building styles, so there's just a lot of potential directions you can go in. But I mean, think back to just even like 15 years ago, before they started rolling out the big UCS scale spaceships, or they started rolling out modulars. I mean, the top end of what is possible keeps going up and up and up. And if you only want to be building mocks because you're building something that's at the very top 5%, it's tougher now than it was 15 years ago. It just is. And it's partly the hobby's gotten bigger. It's become more mainstream, and the number of parts that we have, I mean, Nathan was just talking about like the shape of these pieces. Well, some of those pieces probably didn't exist 10 years ago. So, the potential.
That piece that he's talking about actually came out in the quote unquote UCS kind of Naboo fighter in yellow. That was the first time that piece came out. So.
But I also think, though, there's something to there's something to the idea that in order for something to be recognized, it has to be big, right? And it's kind of always been that way. Like, there's always a gripe, even like way back in the Lugneck days. Like, people would dump all over Adrian or whatever. It's like, oh, you know, he gets all this attention because something he builds is like 87 feet long. It's like, yeah, it's 87 feet long, but it's also well built and it looks good and it visually gels, right? And I think that's where there's still plenty of space to really come out with some great stuff. Space is I mean, like, you take a look at, like, prime example would be Dana's his habitat, right? Like, they're super efficient builds, taking up a very small area, but they take a lot of thought, and it's obvious when you see them how much thought and experimentation, you know, probably failure and rebuild and all that kind of thing. So I think that there's a lot, you know, I think that the new sets are great because when you even take a look at those car sets, what they're doing in that 6x4 format, and the way that they're wrapping the shapes around there and they're making things work, the amount of learning for a new builder to build something that doesn't necessarily have to be 100 studs long, but can be a really awesome build at a smaller scale. I think there's actually more options for those people now. I think it's easier than it was before. Just because when you pick up a set, you're not just picking it up to build and put on the shelf. It's basically a lesson that you're learning, right? That's how we all learn to build.
Yeah.
And I think that the lessons now are far more diverse and interesting because you can learn so much just from like a $30 set, right?
Yep.
And
That's
then you
these
can
speed champions, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I still buy each new modular. Every new modular has a build technique that I probably have never done. And so I use it. I'm like, oh, you can do that. Oh, that's how you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what the newest one, it had those battleship pegs basically to use as columns. Never seen that before. So,
right.
You know,
I mean, but you also have pieces where you can put 4 snot things like with 2 pieces or 3 pieces together and make a 4-studded snot wall. It's super easy. So
which we did not have 20 years ago.
No,
we did not.
Speaking of newer pieces, this is a 2-plate high brick. I've never seen this before, but it came in my Bud Lightyear set.
Yep.
Was it in our bulk order?
I don't know. I didn't remember seeing it. At least.
They are. Yeah, we did. Yeah, our bulk order did have those.
Tell me they're called hay bales.
They are. They came in the tractor set last year, I think, in black and tan.
I've never seen those.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So we'll sidetrack there. Good discussion, though. We may get back to that. Let's let everybody just go around the room a little more. Let's just finish out the Canadians. We'll go to our friend Gil, Ray of Sunshine, Snowshine. Is it snowing there again?
No.
Oh, it did last week. No, last Monday.
Yeah, it was like bad.
Oh, it was like 6 to 8 inches of grief, and yeah, don't read into that. But yeah, it was awful, man. Yeah, but oh well, price you pay. Yeah, no, it's good. I got some funky reflection. I'm on my phone, which is why I have my old man hobby glasses on. Otherwise, you guys are like ants scurrying across with the chalkboard.
I thought you were just trying to be more intelligent looking, you know, like when a Sly Stallone played that movie Oscar and he put the glasses on to be smart.
Oh, Chris, I need far more than glasses to have the appearance of intelligence. Far more.
Or Sly Stallone, for that matter.
That's right. Not Lego stuff. Actually, I finally followed through on my thread, and I did some more Lego photography that actually got some traction. So I did a Batman shot a week ago.
Yeah, it was really good, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and it's and
You're
actually
on Instagram.
Yeah, it's on it. It's on Instagram. I don't normally post to my regular Facebook feed, but it's Instagram, and I think there's a TikTok for it too. Yeah, there is.
I saw it. The TikTok was great.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, so that's kind of fun. And it's still reminded me that Lego is probably the hardest thing to shoot. It is like so. It is so hard to try to get things to work for you and everything else, but it's also fun because it means that, you know, it's a challenge, and the challenge is always a blast. So So yeah, that and yeah, I've got those space sets like hovering in my Amazon cart, but at the moment, like I'm inundated with building diorama stuff for bigger photography. So all down here is just like covered in paint and styrofoam and everything else. So I kind of made a promise to myself, okay, I'm not gonna even consider getting those sets until I'm through this. So yeah, but
Yeah, that'll last about 3 or 4 more days.
yeah, I've been holding out. I mean, but I was at Toys R Us on the weekend. Sorry.
Oh,
And
bring that up. Target.
Yeah. But if it makes you feel any better, Toys R Us, I think I was telling you guys, has like readopted their price gouging process. So it's basically just going there to window shop.
Okay.
But yeah, I had like the Rover in my hand. You know, man, it sounds like a scene from Airplane. I had Rover in my hand. So he's a boy. Hey, Billy. No. But yeah, and it was almost there. I thought, no, I gotta hold on. But anyway, I digress. That's it.
Good deal. Hey, by the way, the fence, the micro scale, or that fence you made with,
Oh yeah.
that's the coolest looking thing. I swear, it was awesome. It was just a cool.
Okay.
looking-
Okay. It's crazy. That thing I threw together in about an hour, and I thought, you know, like, and I just needed something for the background, right? Thought, you know, like, I'll just post it. You know, it's like, you know, and I posted that one to my actually Facebook feed, but I posted it to the other toy photography things and that. It's like I created the Mona Lisa. It's like 600 likes and like 1 million comments and this and all that stuff. The TikToks, like, views are off the scale. I'm like, you know, I bust my warbles for like hours on some, you know, shot with lighting and this and that. You know, I throw together some rusty fence, you know, and it's, yeah.
You should have
That's
put
how
a
it goes.
Jawa in it, and you would have gotten even more hits.
There you
Oh.
go.
Man.
Yes. There are days where I post a TikTok and it gets just a few views, and I go to my analytics, and that stupid video with the Jawa walking by my stuff still got more that day 3
Yeah.
months ago than something I've
Yeah.
sweated over in the morning. So yeah, no thank you. I'll
Yeah.
take it. But by the way, I was going to tell you, Gil, I don't know what it is for Canada, but iWoot, the website, had some of
Okay.
those new space sets on pretty good sale. I believe Mark got one of them for $55. The Botany Bay looking spaceship satellite thing.
I got the space station set for 30% off.
Wow.
I'm
That's
looking
good.
to see if
It's-
they still have it. I know they have the lunar base, which is like $80 and everything, so that's cheaper. It looks like they're sold out. So sorry.
You know what? Between the exchange and usually the shipping that tears a hole in the Levi's, yeah, you're normally better just sticking with channels up here. Sadly.
All right. Hey, dude, Jude is here. Shark Tech is here. Good to have y'all here joining us. All right. Jeff Van Winden, let's with the Canadian trifecta. How are you today?
Muted. I am good. Finally done sorting brick. I'm now doing all the other stuff. I'm currently knee deep in leaves. But it's going quick because luckily there's not a lot to sort necessarily, although I just realized I forgot an orange one. Anyway, but yeah, that's going well. I want to get some building done this week. Like Nathan, I have a project that I'm working on that's also red and also a vehicle, but I got all the parts for it finally. And coincidentally, does also use that same canopy.
There you go.
Nice.
But hopefully I'll be able to build that at some point this week.
Is it a Ferrari Testarossa?
It is
Because
not.
I just built one.
I heard. I heard.
Wow.
No,
did-
it's actually a recolor of the Lamborghini because I always had a
perfect.
red poster in my room. So I wanted, like, when I was a kid, I had the red Lamborghini poster.
Did you get that from Arcadia?
I don't. We didn't. What's that? I got it from my parents.
Did your Lamborghini have like Farrah Fawcett splayed across the hood too?
I don't believe so. No,
I wish.
it was just the car. I was quite young still at that point.
So,
Tanya
so
Roberts.
did anybody else secretly wish that, whatever the girls from Cannonball Run, Adrienne Barbeau and everything would have come with the white Countach. I mean, just saying.
There's a couple people that have built the. Like I saw some guy had built a half white. Oh wait, no, Chris had did that, wasn't it? The other Chris, he built the half white, half red one.
Oh,
with
did
the
he?
figs. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Chris in this chat, I believe. But anyways,
He just left.
oh okay, yeah, he had built it. He showed it last time he was on.
Oh, maybe I missed it.
But no, when I was a kid, I asked my parents. We were going to wallpaper my room or whatever. So my parents asked what kind of wallpaper I wanted, and I was like, "Oh, I want cars." So they found car wallpaper. There was cars from the 30s and 40s, but they found car wallpaper. It's like, oh look, an Edsel.
That is not the first time I've heard that story, believe it or not. From
I
other
thought-
people.
Cheap.
I thought you were gonna tell us that you had a whole wall full of like Rico Kasich.
No,
That would have been better.
probably. Yeah. Anything would have been better than cars from the 30s and 40s. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, good deal. I'm looking forward to see you in a month
Oh.
or so.
Do you know if Adrian's actually going to Chicago? Has anybody?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that would be
Barbeau?
Hmm?
If it's Adrian Barbeau, I'm going.
Okay.
I believe Adrian Drake is going.
Okay.
Doesn't he like live there? I thought he's like really
He's-
close.
he's
No,
Ohio,
he's
I think.
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's close enough, right? I don't know.
He's in
They're all-
Matty Town.
He's
Not
in
if you're in Cleveland,
Cleveland.
it's not close enough.
Love that.
Oh, there's Jeff.
All right.
Hi.
You have the look of a trucker, my friend.
Are you on a
How you doing?
stakeout or
I fixed it. We're good now. Hello.
are you looking for
Of
perks?
course, I
on a
can't hear your
stakeout, or-
replies now, but that's okay. I'm just in my car. It's fine. How are you guys?
We're good. Can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine because I made an adjustment.
Oh, okay. Good deal. What are you doing out in your car?
Emily's mom and dad took us out to dinner, and me being a fat guy was like, free food. All right.
I need a
And then
cigarette.
Emily was like, we need to go get dog food. And I was like, okay. And then she went into Petco, and I've been out here for an hour.
Oh my.
She
come
petted
in
all
another
of the
dog.
adoptable animals.
I'm just glad it's not Target.
But you'd
No.
be, but there would be other husbands out there with you, or other significant
I
others.
know.
Yeah.
And then we could have like a cool TV party and like barbecue and stuff.
Well, good. Well, I hope she gets plenty of dog treats, and I hope you don't come home with a cat. So,
I wouldn't mind a cat at this point in my life, but I think the 2 dash hounds would.
probably so. Probably
By
so.
the way, that was you couldn't hear it, but that was the most hilarious thing I've heard in a couple of days. Chris asking if you're on a stakeout.
I mean, I could be on a stakeout. All I need is like a cup of coffee and like
I know,
just a
like a half-eaten box of donuts. You know, you got like, the trench coat thrown over the back seat.
Well,
I mean,
you have your industrial sized orange juice bottle just because you can't leave.
exactly. I use a Gatorade bottle. It's fine.
Oh,
Do you remember in the Naked Gun where they're eating pistachios and there's this like giant pile of pistachios?
Yeah, it's a giant pile. Yeah.
ugh.
But today I put together 20 Star Wars sets.
Well, are you auctioning them?
They're for sale tomorrow night. But yeah, but that sucked. I don't ever want to build a Star Wars set again.
Would you like some gray plates?
There's a lot, Chris. I had to make sure that I had all the pieces for the Star Destroyer that came out in, I don't know, early 2000s. Guess how much fun that was?
The UCS Star Destroyer?
It was the UCS before it was the UCS.
Yes, I own that set. It has an enormous number of pieces. I feel for you.
I'm not one to think about eating a bullet often anymore, but the thought crossed my mind a couple of times while I was doing it.
Well, maybe if you make some money off that, you will calm that part down. So,
I'm hoping to make a lot of money off of that so that I can go to Florida.
You're good. Good.
We're talking about the auction tomorrow. Come buy our shit tomorrow. All right.
Your
Please.
ship? Your ship. I got it. We'll buy your ships tomorrow.
I said ship. That's exactly what I said. It might have sounded like something else, but I assure you, it was SHIP.
I can almost guarantee if you rewind that tape that we will tell
Me?
you it said ship.
Sir, that's ridiculous. I'd never do that.
No, never.
All right. We gotta go because Emily finally came out of Petco, so I guess we can go home now.
Okay, see you, bud.
Bye.
Tim, bring us back to sanity. Tim, how are you today?
Well, I am finally got started on my museum piece. So
No.
then I figured out I need to order some Bricklink. I need more lavender and stuff. So I just got those orders in today. So now I can hopefully finish it up. But I'm trying to figure out, it's getting kind of, I don't know. It's supposed to ultimately be about this high. And this has already got a little weight to it. So I don't know. It's supposed to hang on the wall like a picture. I'll put a frame around it and everything because it's going in a fine art museum. So I don't know. That may be fun. It may not hang on the wall very long.
Crash and burn is always awesome if you film it. So just FYI.
Thing is, none of them probably do it in the middle of the night when nobody's there. So, and I'm trying to get a stagecoach built for the Pink Castle. So I got that far. I'm waiting on some parts for that too.
Oh, good deal. Awesome. Good deal. Everything okay in the great state of Texas? You everything all right?
It rained. We got a good rainstorm. So y'all will be getting some rain here probably later tonight or tomorrow. So It was a good storm. We needed it. So that's how I lost power. And if I lose power again, that's what happened.
All right. At least there are no tornadoes, though, right? That's
not that I know of yet.
Good deal. All right. Let's go. Captain Xavier, how are you today?
I'm good.
Good deal. You have a book?
While sitting here. I built a book while sitting here.
That's fine.
Yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot going on Lego-wise. I'm in the process, or as soon as I'm done here, before here, I was packing for a trip to Baltimore. Y'all get to go to Chicago. I get to go to Baltimore. So,
that's not the same thing.
No. You'll be looking at Lego. I'll be hunting zombies on a college campus.
Well, I can tell you they're there. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Now, am I correct in saying there's two ships behind you or one? Because it looks like one, but I just don't know if. Okay, there are two. All right, I got it.
One's very long ship.
While you're sitting there, this looks like one ship, right?
Because of the way I designed them, I actually can connect them all together into one ridiculously long ship.
That sounds challenge thrown down.
You ship that ship?
I can also take the midsections out and just turn them into a tiny chibi little ship, which is just ridiculous and adorable looking.
Oh, that I want to see.
Yeah, there's pictures out there somewhere, I'm sure. Can't do it right now because the rigging is actually connected. But yeah, you can take the center gun deck out and just connect the bow and the stern together.
That's awesome. Not seaworthy, but awesome, right? Oh, goodness, what did I do?
Finally, you hooked the button.
With the wrong button.
Okay.
I hate this mouse. All right. Anyway, good deal. So you building anything, or are you just zombie hunting?
Well, my little brother and I are working on a long-term project to build a haunted house. He was here for Easter, and we started on it. We built a haunted well and started on a mausoleum, and then I got violently ill for 3 days.
Well, that's okay.
From the building?
I need to get my hands on the green haunted house.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Is that out of print? Are they still making the big haunted house?
I
no, that's long out of print.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
No,
oh.
I will start by going to my dealer and seeing what he can come up with, and
every once in a while.
I was gonna say I got one a couple years ago for $200. I got real lucky on that.
You saying you have a guy?
You will see. I've got a guy. Yeah, I'm good friends with the guy who owns Bricks and Wheels.
Cool.
So, If he can't find it, no one can. And I've got a bunch of old classic sets that I have duplicates of that I could probably wrangle a trade for.
Cool. Cool. All right, that sounds awesome, man. But I want to see the teeny tiny ship because that sounds fun.
I think I still have a picture on my phone. Actually, I could probably send it to the chat.
Cool. Please
Let me
do.
put buttons on my phone.
All right, Matt, don't leave. Matt, don't leave. Matt walks off. There he is. He just wants the gun show going on. Matt, what's going on?
I was retrieving parts. I am working on. Last time I had worked on this hydroponic part that will go on the tower.
I love
and
that.
During tonight's show, I had been working on exotic alien plant species.
That's cool.
To go in the hydroponic. So I just have a ton of parts sitting out here, splayed out as I'm trying to mix and match and make something that looks somewhat otherworldly for the hydroponic garden. The hydroponic tower garden. I gotta come up with some catchy name for it. But
it's starting to sound like a drinking game.
Just having some fun playing around with it. It's my last week of my semester in my day job, so once we hit May, I'm looking forward to being in here for several hours every day as the countdown to Chicago commences, and that big old deadline starts to tick down. Not a lot going on. We already spent a ton of time talking about my hockey exploits, so we can go on to somebody else. But working on my hydroponics, and we got some great ideas for things to fill cubes. Shoot me a message or a picture.
It would be cool if you have one of those hydroponic things that's busted open and this really evil black tentacle thing is coming out of it. That would actually be kind of fun. So
could do that,
kind of like Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
Take the plastic cover off and just have stuff coming out of it spilling over.
Yeah, you could fake out with some panels, clear panels, like a busted out piece of glass, and then that
might be a little bit more complicated, but I do have a lot of clear parts, so I could probably do that.
Or it could have knocked out one of the little caps, and then the tentacles coming out of those and filling up. It just look cool. I don't know.
You're not suggesting that I physically break a piece of Lego?
Oh, no. With the ear hole, you can pop that thing out, and there's a thing you can have. Never mind.
For the record, though, those video pods are pretty cheap these days, so you could probably bust one.
That's true.
A little X-Acto knife action, perhaps.
Yeah. You have to have it.
Don't get me started.
Yeah,
I might have to bring.
I love you, Nathan, but
I might have to bring Nathan as a consultant for that part.
Oh, wait, what is this? What have you mutilated? Oh my gosh, what did you do?
I have these Gun Plus scribing tools that I've been carving up bricks and painting.
What?
With sci-fi panels and stuff.
That's the most beautiful sacrilege I've ever seen in my life.
I have 4 that I've these are my experimental ones, trying to find the right width and practicing on, and then I think I'm going to use the pattern to make a few and then build something out of it. I'll keep you guys posted.
That's cool. If that's offensive, then please don't take close looks at the dioramas that I built. Because they're loaded with Lego parts that are painted and cut and everything else.
What is in the water in Canada right now? What is your problem? I don't know.
So what's quick go throw back to the previous conversation about Lego sets being so good. I think this is one way that we can up our game and stand out again. But anyways,
it's like hacking the system.
But it's fun.
That's right.
I like it.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, Mark. I got for the first time in a long time. I went to Mark's house. I used to go to Mark's house all the time. Mark come to my house. Thanks to COVID, we didn't have it, but I got to go to Mark's house this weekend, and that was awesome. How you doing?
Good. I was actually just chatting with Simon on Steam because I saw he was playing Elden Ring, and so I thought I would let him know that we're going to Brick World, and he's very excited.
Oh, I hadn't seen him in years, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've never actually met Simon in person because we haven't been able to be at the same con at the same time.
Oh, that's right.
We were gonna I was gonna meet him like 5 years ago at BrickCon or something, and then he couldn't make it last minute. He had something come up. So anyway, yeah, it'll be fun. We'll see you, Simon. And we got my Lightyear spaceship. Woo!
Beautiful.
I just I added some ingots back there on the engines, the right there,
Yeah.
because the open studs just kind of hanging out there just looked weird to me. I don't know.
Is it just me, or does it look like a build? Remember that one guy? Is it Das Wheaton?
That's Newton.
You know the guy who builds those
Rob,
really,
yeah.
those really complicated things. It reminds me of his style.
It also reminds me of
Peter Morris.
You mean like
Morris,
this?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of Rob's things that I got through the
Nice.
the Mock It Forward thing that we did a few years ago.
That's so.
So it's very cool.
good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's very
So
tasty.
good.
Yeah, his stuff was always amazing with all the angles and stuff that he always does. But yeah, the Lightyear spaceship is very fun, very cool.
So did that release early by mistake somewhere?
It got released early because Walmart don't care. And Chris was roaming around in the Netherlands outside of Atlanta, where there be dragons, and he managed to find 2 copies of the set, and so he brung me one, and I gave him a cheeseburger. So.
Awesome.
Yes, he did.
Good deal.
Yeah, and we got to hang out with a bunch of Lego bros, which I have a picture on my phone, so you can see all the bros hanging out. We had a good time. There we go. Yay!
Yay!
That's
It was fun.
So yeah, we had a good time, and Jeff was in town. This Jeff right here. He's one of our LA brethren, and he was in town doing some work, and so he came over to hang out. And I got Chris and Matthew and Adam, who Ant Bandit. That's him in the back next to Small Paul. So he came over. We ate some burgers and we nerded out and talked about Lego and stuff, and it was really fun.
It was fun. A lot of fun.
It was a good time.
It felt back to normal. That was one of the most normal things. It's like hanging out at a dude, and hanging out with some dudes, and not worrying about anything. Everything's good, and it was just a good day. So and Dana ditched us. He didn't come.
And the beauty of it is that my wife realized it 2 days later that, did you miss out on something that you wanted to go to? And I had to put it off and go, no.
No, I didn't want to go. I just cried and everything. Rich is here. Hello, Rich.
Hello. How are you guys?
Hey, Rich.
I realized a little too late that this was happening, so I came down.
Look at that. Triple D Honey found that the Walmart put out 2 cases of Muppets last week, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I need that banjo, man. That's all I want. That's the only thing I want from that.
Banjo. I need a banjo for my.
It is thrilling that my Canadian friend is playing the banjo. I find that
and playing it well.
Yes.
Banjo.
Well, I mean, not that well.
It sounds good, man. It sounds good.
Can I just say, if you come to visit and you bring your banjo out and you start playing dueling banjos in the backyard, you will hear the other copy just miraculously come from another neighborhood. It will happen in Georgia. So
starting to follow banjo people online and learn more about playing and stuff like that, dueling banjos is the equivalent. Someone asking if you know how to play dueling banjos is the same as people asking us, is that a set?
I get it.
It's kind of like,
are there banjo stores that say no dueling banjos, like
Probably.
Away, that kind of thing? So that's awesome.
Banjo denied.
There's a whole culture, but
of
course there is.
Are you picking and grinning at the same time? That's a thing.
Picking and grinning?
Picking and grinning.
Yep.
Yes. It is. All right. Rich just popped in the room real quick. Rich, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I had a lovely weekend, and I decided that I needed to fill in some of my space over next to the river.
Space.
And I've had space, yes. I've had a couple of these hanging out, not doing anything. So my decision was to take this, and take one of the copies and make it a little larger, and then start propagating it into other colors because I have space. So I mentioned I had space. Yeah, so that I could have a full kitchen, living room, full bedroom, upstairs thing. So that's what I'm working on right now to fill in some space.
Space.
Space. Propagate. You said propagate.
Propagate into fun beachy colors. You know, like this lime green or a blue, a light blue. You know, very seaside-y, fun, festive, pastel-y. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. I made a little personal rotor backpack for one of the steampunk guys and put him in the window. So that was fun too.
Hey, are you going to Brick World Chicago?
I am not. I'm going to go to Legoland in Florida here next week, and
because you know,
next weekend.
Show of hands, who's going to Brick World Chicago? Oh, and you're not. All right,
I'm not.
Captain Xavier, I think you have something to show. Is that correct?
Yeah, there it is. I love
TV
it.
warship. Hilariously, this is still a 58 gun ship, which makes it larger than my smallest ship of the line.
That's hilarious. That's so awesome.
You need a Captain Crunch figure for that.
I do.
Figure.
I've got Captain Hook. He's hilarious enough.
Somebody say make a Captain Crunch minifigure?
Oh, do you have one? Oh, if you could whip that out right now, that would be amazing.
No, but I could probably have one ready tomorrow.
Oh, we lost Gil, but we gained Chris back. Chris, what's up in your world real fast?
Sorry about that. Just had a really, really busy work weekend. That's all I've been doing.
Can I just say, was that your Flight of the Valkyries ringtone that we heard just before you dropped off?
It was. I was work calling.
That's the best.
No, that's my main ringtone.
Oh, I thought that was like the special danger from work or something like
No, I should though.
Chris is going to
this
call
earlier during the call. That was kind of fun.
Chris is going to dial your number at the next get together just so we can hear that ringtone.
Yeah, and it's the special rockified version too. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
So
that's cool. So
I hear we're all going to Brick World. Is that what I hear?
Yeah.
Okay, we should figure that out at some point. Yeah, I have not really done much of anything Lego related other than build up.
There we go.
That's because I'm calling him. Sorry, go ahead.
I built a DM tracker for those of you that play Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, I make custom bricks, so made a bunch of custom bricks.
Who
for
is
my
dumping
D&D group
bricks?
here.
It's terrible.
He's dumping bricks.
So, and a little D&D tracker, really simple. I hadn't put much thought into it, but you can track your initiative there, and it's real easy to change out every fight.
Oh, nice.
I made this for my DM for my Wednesday
Stop
games.
pouring bricks.
Or
It's me.
That's really about all the Lego stuff I've done, other than a special order for Bricker Builds, who you might
You
get
know
to
what?
see something planned from soon.
That
Dan
reminds me.
probably has seen it.
Remember we made counters for Munchkin Lego? That was a thing we did back in the day.
Mhm.
Made your level counter for Munchkin. That was awesome.
Yep.
Super
I
awesome.
love playing Munchkin with Steve. He was really fun to play with.
Yep. Mark and I are immortalized on
I imagine.
Munchkin cards. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. His Greg Highland did a guest artist edition of Munchkin Zombie.
Okay.
And Mark is in there as a zombie, and I'm in there getting zombie guts thrown at me. And on the cover, there's a tombstone in the back with Giddens on it, which is like, yes.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, for those of you that don't know what
spectacular.
Munchkin is, great tabletop game. And Steve Jackson happens to be an AFL and lives in Texas. So good.
I
for him.
hung with him this weekend, as a matter of fact.
There you
All
go.
right. That's cool. Yeah, he's an old school April.
Yep.
Evil Stevie's Pirate Game was what they used to play back in the day at
Yeah.
the original Brickfest, and it was all a big deal. So it was cool.
Isn't there a
Stevie was
Me and my friend Lance want to try Evil Stevie's pirate game, but with Ships of the Line to see how well the game scales.
Ooh.
was
Well,
Stevie from
Someone
Evil
could
Stevie's?
probably put you in touch with Steve.
Well, I have a copy of the rules.
That's right. They were public rules.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're still available on the internet.
Tim, were you saying? I can't remember. Were you saying something about that?
Is there a Batman one version that just came out of Munchkins?
I know they have a DC and a Marvel version now. I'm pretty sure.
There was some sort of Kickstarter Batman thing I saw.
That's what I saw. Okay,
Yeah.
it kicks on Kickstarter because I've been buying. Guy Himber does all the Crazy Brick stuff. He's been kicking them out here pretty regular. So
Yep, I got brick legs recently, I think. So
yeah, and I think the new Crazy Arms should be in the mail pretty soon, and then the new
Nice.
Dino figures.
I've got one copy of the Munchkin accessory pack and one for the Munchkin. I've got several copies of the Cthulhu Munchkin accessory pack.
That's
Yeah, I've got
very
that too. I picked it up at BrickCon, I think. Got the card as well.
Yep.
The signed card.
That's awesome. All right, Dana. All these yahoos have talked for an hour and 1 minute. So what's up with you?
Nothing.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Peace out.
Let's see. Yeah, well, actually, there is probably next to nothing. I went to the Lego store on Sunday morning. Chris Campbell, sorry I missed you. There was
yeah, I was there till about 12:30 and had to head out.
Yeah, I got there about 12:50 because there was an accident on 400 that just threw off my morning.
Sorry,
so-
man. Yeah, I had people calling me from work because of the upgrade Saturday. So
Been there, done that. Don't like to do it again. So, but yeah, so I got to pick up which I am building now, of course, the Buzz Lightyear ship. I also picked up because I just think this guy's cool.
right?
I like this guy,
Yeah.
and I
He's
know
awesome.
he's 4+, and his arms are not real movable, and his legs are not real movable. But I like him. I think
The
I think
head
he's
was
all right.
printed, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, this chest piece, printed piece, is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
The-
20
the-
bucks for that crap. It's 87 pieces for 20 bucks.
But the head was printed, and it's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I like it. I know, Chris. It's got parts made out of parts or whatever, but I still like it.
I want to get them when they're discounted, but I ain't paying 20 bucks for that. I can't.
I'm afraid that you know what, it's going to be one of those things that's going to blow up, and people are going to be scrambling for them. So I'm like, just get it now, get it out of the way. So
And you
I'll,
got a
I'll be
different
surprised
Hawthorne
if they
figure
go
too.
for clearance.
It came with the Hawthorne figure with the really weird shark robot head thing.
Yes. Well, these figures are just. I love these helmets.
Yep.
They're great. I just love all that. And I
Well,
wanted
somebody
to be
bought
able to
two Max, did they?
And then I wanted to make sure I could have both of Buzz's outfits, so that was the other.
Yeah,
bonus.
the fighter or whatever, the X-15 comes with two of the soldiers with that helmet. So
Oh, okay. I haven't opened mine yet. So I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that.
No, you get two. So yeah, I got to put my display also in my my hangar base, so that'll be in there for at least a month or so before I go to Chicago. I'll pull it out and take it with me to Chicago. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I got
Okay.
nothing.
that's it.
I'm going to Chicago, by the way. I
You
think.
going? Hey, who's going to Chicago? Raise your hand if you're going to Chicago. I'm going to Chicago. Woo! All right.
I'm sorry, I have to buy a bunch of Lego from somebody and run a store.
Well,
It sounds like excuses. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I'll go with that. You win a point.
just
it's an
remember, you can
excuse.
make excuses or you can make progress. You can't make both. So I'm just going to say,
I
Is that
think
why I'm still fat?
Actually,
yes, that's why
I
I'm
think
still
I'm
fat.
actually making progress, but you can tell.
What if you make progressive excuses?
Well, then, I
That's
don't
called
know.
my knees.
All right, gents, we are at an hour. It has been an awesome time. We had a lot of folks viewing today. A lot of folks talking in the chat. What's that? What about a Sogmaster? What? I
Nice.
don't know what that means.
Captain Crunch's enemy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Dogmaster.
Master.
I am this many years old and just finding that out. I didn't. I don't
I thought it
remember.
would
I
be the
forgot
roof,
about that
the
too.
mouth
Oh,
roof
there you go.
monster or something, you know.
I had the ripped up Ruth mouth taunt. Yeah, there you go. That's the
Oh
oddly
no, he's been roofied.
the oddly whatever oily mouth coating. That's what I get from that. It's so gross. Anyway, and with that, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for joining us today. Be awesome and build awesome. Have a great night, everybody.